We are back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We back here. Let's go. Let's go. If you're watching this on a replay, don't forget to like the video upon entering, upon seeing the video start. Comment, let's go. Let's go. Let me wait for y'all to receive this notification. What was I looking for as well at the same time? Alright, okay, I see what it was. Alright, bet. Welcome, y'all. And this here, let's get this show on the road then. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Mama Universe, Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to my angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me as me for you and I collective to use our mind's eye to see, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Vibes of empowerment. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let's see what the moon energy is for the collective at this moment. Let's see what the moon energy is for the collective at this moment. Okay. Ooh. Whoa. Full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. This is giving me the energy here of a new moon, for sure. We are approaching the new moon in Libra at 2 degrees. Also connects to the Two of Swords. As far as the Two of Swords energy is concerned, that would flow, yes, from the beginning, first decan of Libra, but a little bit before that. So that would be, literally yesterday, the 18th, to about the 6th of next month. Anyway, but definitely this is giving me the new moon in Libra's energy pulling through here. Let's go inside of degrees, y'all. Let's go inside of degrees very quick. An apprentice medicine man, an apprentice medicine man allowing himself to be bitten by a snake. This is giving me Selket's energy, the counterpart of Horus. It says here, existence itself initiates those who are given over to its rigors and its lessons. But being so exposed to the evolutionary edge is exceedingly challenging. Transformation is constant at all levels. Everything is becoming something else. Metamorphosing, before your eyes, propelled into the most extreme states imaginable. You feel the greatest anguish and loss, the most huge elation and burst of freedom. Finger on the pulse of collective cycles, right on the cutting edge. You are committed to planetary changes personally and pervasively. You absolutely feel the impact of what is going on and what needs to go on, virtually spun out to infinity by what it all means, drawn toward the basic and the simple for breath. Destiny obsessed, rapidly thrown into the mist. You come out the other side either lost and confused and staggered, or ready for anything courageous, visionary, an incredible generator of shared possibilities unlimited. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautifully explained as far as the Two of Swords. That once you decide to make a decision, you're either going to make a decision, take action on a decision to come out on the other side lost and confused and staggered, or ready for anything, courageous, a visionary, and an incredible generator of shared possibilities unlimited. I love that. I love that. Peace and blessings, Goddess Ashe. So, as far as conclusions are within reach, being in reverse here, it's given me, like I said, you already know what you have to do. Now it's time to take that step, to take the lid off of that potential, as all new moon phases speak of taking the lid off of a potential or potential clean slate in your dreams. So let me see what's the message of surrender for you all here. What is the message of surrender for the collective? As the next action is to take action. And they know that it has to do with them being courageous or visionary and connected to infinite possibilities, that all things are possible. What is the surrender message here for the collective? That was quick. Surrender your need to always be right. We know need means to lack. And then it says here to always be right. Living the life from cause and effect. You're going to be able to step away from this ideology of the right or wrong in terms of where this can influence you to people please. Because we do have a partnership here. Okay, this could be the divine masculine and feminine within you as well. Or this could be advising someone who is on the other side but remaining staggered and confused. Okay. Let's see what we got here with this. Surrender to spirit. Once you have done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. I'm going to move into the Lover's Oracle, because with Libra energy, it does speak of partnership, and the new moon in Libra card, it states a new romantic cycle begins. A new cycle of love begins, of partnership begins. So, let's see what these love cards are saying. Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. And when it says success here, this is your vision of what that is to you. Some is dressed in a suit and tie. Others would be workout gear. You decide what that means to you when it comes to dressing for success. So you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem, because it's time to surrender to your soul's path here, collective. I feel like this North Node energy for you all is highly active at this time. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. One second. It amazes me that you can tell where these energies are as far as those who truly don't know themselves and the way they respond to certain situations on top of having a private account. Y'all weird as hell. Anyway, give me 1 second here. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of bots out here. So let us continue, beloved. Surrender to your soul's path. Embrace every lesson and every moment. What else we got going on? Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. There's so like the notifications that are coming in as I'm doing this. I'm not mentioning them because I just feel like that's something for me to observe at the moment. And if it must hop up into this energy, then I'll allow it to. Other than that, I'm just observing. So that's a message in itself. There's a lot of, I'm telling you, between from now to the 25th, especially as we're approaching the new moon in Libra, you know what I'm saying, and Libra season, it speaks of partnerships. But a lot of these partnerships also reflect your temperament, your life force, the I am that I am. You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's crucial to stay focused on your mission. Stay focused on what you know. Each and every being is here to play their own part. However, you still have these entities who know that they're running out of space and time to experience life in this realm as it elevates, as it expands. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is connecting to this message that I was saying about, you know, you may want to express an idea, especially if it can work for that person. You know what I'm saying? However, it is time to surrender the idea that you can fix someone, because it's time for a relationship to shift. Why? Because the relationship with yourself has. It's not going to work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing, because with divine partnerships, it means that you have someone who is also holding you accountable. You know what I'm saying? So, wow. Let me get another moon card here. Let's get another moon card. So get real used to that block button for those of you who are on, you know, social platforms. You don't need to be going back and forth with people. Just block their ass. That's it. You can use that energy as far as if there's a message that you know that you can turn around because of the lack of knowing when it comes to unconditional love. Do you? Do you? A lot of the solutions, gotta stay saying a lot of, because the solutions that the cosmic energies are asking for have more so to do with releasing the pain. You know what I'm saying? Yes, things have happened. But there's a way to respond to situations, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to have your moments, you're going to have your shifts where you want to say what you have to say. Say it. Also, just be aware, you know, of what it is that's being stated too for yourself. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Let's see what the surrender message is, because we do have here full moon in Cancer, which occurred last December, that a personal issue reaches resolution. And right now we are in the moon phase of Cancer. Actually, the last video that I did, the moon was in Cancer at 18 degrees, and 18 is also connected to the moon. So that was really strong moon energy that was coming through there. But there's a cycle that really has ended, because the full moon in Capricorn card says the end to a tough cycle approaches. If the end to a tough cycle approaches, our responses have to reflect that shift too. It's time for a relationship to shift. She's sitting on what looks like to me would be a crescent moon, if anything. And what's to shift is our relationship to nature, the spirit of nature, you know. Surrender to complete healing. There you go. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. And surrender to prayer, which is your petition or your affirmations. Give yourself over completely to those, because this is your conversation, but this is a conversation between you and Source. Give yourself over completely to that. You know, it's one thing for me to deliver a message to you, but this is not what you should be giving yourself all over to. Completely giving yourself over to. Give yourself over to your soul. Get more familiar with that. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. This is basically simplifying the complex. There has been so many ways of doing things as far as, you know, systems or whatever, that are perfectly designed to complicate your life. You know? And the more you handle whatever it is that is a burden within you, within your spirit, or the memory of your emotions, or the water within you, the smoother it's going to be for you when it comes to decoding information. Because as long as you're carrying all of these burdens from past wounds of ancestors, they literally are rooting for you not to repeat their cycle. You know? So again, split the deck. We have surrender to success here, and we have the mirror, which speaks of a reflection. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Blood. Thought that was on the table. So hold on, let me see. It's a domino effect happening, because it's the way these are set up here. These slid down like this. They were like this. They slid down like that. It's a domino effect. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Leap into an exciting new reality of possibilities. Let's get one more here. This came out in reverse. That says surrender to trust. So this is a very big message here as far as your commitment to yourself. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do, including mine. Although the intention behind my messages is not so much an opinion. This would be more so for those who do have an opinion, how you know how the way you'll recognize someone having an opinion is that they will suggest you to do something you are already doing. And I mean people within your environment that you connect to as to why you're even on this spiritual journey. Not only because of them or what they say, but the root of it, the energy that is connected to that as to why this continues to happen or why these expressions continue to happen. So don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the path for you. And again, connecting with nature spirit as well. Thank you for entering, y'all, and washing your hands by liking the video. And then surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's message about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Now, this energy is moving at a rapid pace right now as far as the connection between the experience and what your thoughts are saying about the experience is happening much faster. Okay? So trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by anybody's strong opinion about you. Because most people will have an opinion, which is a belief about you. And this belief is more than likely connected to a past version of you that you have already moved on from. So for some of you, this is also where your commitment is being tested, to recognize that. Because you're on the path right now to surrender to complete healing, as it says here, which is going to bring in universal support physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards. I'm going to pull the love cards. I did not forget. I'm actually going to pull those right at this moment. Let me just give this some space. There could be a conversation about space. Listen with your heart in those conversations. If this is you, listen with your heart. Not with your genitals, your heart. Okay? So, for this Libra energy of partnership and balance for the collective, What is the message, beloved? It says, embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. This is a very intimate moment here, and this is giving me the vibe of a full moon. Give me a second. I have to check this full moon in Libra energy, which occurs during Aries season. Something here. April 16. April 16. At 26 degrees. Let me just double check. Okay. Venus. 26 is a Taurus degree. Let me see what Venus was doing here. In the sign of Pisces, where it's exalted at 12 degrees, which is Piscean degree. Self-undoing. Full moon in Libra, completion of a cycle due to forgiveness, to be able to release the burden and self-undo yourself from any toxic habits, which could be showing themselves. This was 5 months ago. This could be showing itself to you now again because it's Virgo season. And that is the polar opposite of Pisces, where Venus was during this full moon in Libra. And Virgo is the physical representation of what you are undoing yourself from, as far as the Pisces energy is concerned. Now, let's look a little further here, though. This is why we have so many windows open. Speaking of, what's the galactic signature of the day? Refresh my thing here. Yellow resonant seed. Babatunde Olatunji. It's a playlist with Babatunde Olatunji on here. Let me go to hold up. Something you're looking for. There's something you're looking for. And it's where you least expect it to be, but once you realize where it is, it's like, oh, I remember putting it there, but why didn't I remember it was there when it was time to do something about that? Don't rush. Slow down. Pisces 12 degrees speaks of a woman asleep, metaphorically in a ring of flames, drama, color, sound, magnitude, and shakings. You dream through it all in an enchantment which simultaneously protects and stifles. An ancestral power of suspended life force held away, while great events surround and envelope you, yet do not penetrate. You experience a most unusual soul disposition of deep sleep in the teeth of the collective and ancestral events and experiences which are huge and never ending. Is it a grace or a curse? It can be either. It becomes a grace if you awaken in right timing and move on from here. It can be a curse if you stay under too long and miss the cue to stir and look around and discover that the future has dawned and the old ways have fallen away. Sleeper, awake. Listen. And this is what I'm saying about decoding information. Because there's going to be a high and low vibration of what you physically experience through this physical awakening from the spiritual warfare. So let me grab another card here. I mean, I could sit here and say, you came here to experience unconditional love, but I feel like everyone has. But the way it is experienced due to free will has created what we see today, or what we've seen for ages, or what we know through history. So a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. And that's that crescent moon energy again, too. It looks like shooting stars coming through here as well. Or like the Eight of Wands. Give me a second. Let me fill this out. Let me see. Because you see how you have this crescent phase, but this is also a crescent phase turned this way. And then you had conclusions are within reach that came out in reverse. So there are certain partnerships that are going through a test of commitment. And I feel like this test is more so having to do with knowing the higher self that is not separated from the physical body, which will help you to connect to actions that reflect unconditional love. Then we have my beloved. And then secret admirer. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Let's get one more. Okay. Reflection. Speaking of the Surrender to Success card, something about space. Give each other some space at the moment, it says here. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. This feels like being on the bridge to ending a partnership. Being on the bridge to ending a partnership. If it's supposed to, it will. If not, the divine is going to step in by helping each side to be more relaxed before making a decision, So being able to respond and not react. Because look, as I said, as the divine is about to step in. See that dove? And this is the same flower that's on the death card, as a matter of fact. As I said, when it comes to having that conversation, don't think with your genitals, connect with your heart. And this speaks of twin flames. Because you could literally, even if this is not a relationship in terms of love, but this is what we're doing here. You're reflecting each other. Especially if you're with someone that's a polar opposite to you. Not so much the sun sign, but if you study your natal chart and you know your dominant planets, and there could be, a dominant planet right now that's really having one of the biggest shifts within, let's say, your progressed moon energy, depending on which house it's in or how that may be going for you. They could be reflecting this part of you. Remember, this is something you're undoing yourself from, that's showing itself to you in the physical. So like it said in that message about Venus and Pisces 12 degrees, where this could be grace or a curse. Let me read this again, because that shit. Drama, color, sound, magnitude, and shakings. You dream through it all in an enchantment which simultaneously protects and stifles. An ancestral power of suspended life force held away, while great events surround and envelope you, yet do not penetrate. Because the ring of fire is basically where a lot of volcanoes and earthquakes are. It says here, you experience a most unusual soul disposition of deep sleep in the teeth of the collective, and teeth have to do with Taurus energy. So your emotional security, your possessions, finances. So it says here, you experience a most unusual soul disposition of deep sleep in the emotional security of collective and ancestral events. Or core values of collective and ancestral events and experiences which are huge and never ending. Chiron. Speaking of, let's go. Is it a grace or a curse? It can be either. It becomes a grace if you awaken in ripe timing and move on from here. Knowing yourself, you will know your season when your season comes. It can be a curse if you stay down under too long and miss the cue to stir and look around and discover that the future has dawned and the old ways have fallen away. Sleeper, awake. And then you have here, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Under that you have surrender. And the messages of surrender are surrender to complete healing, surrender to trust, especially this. Trust yourself and your decisions. Take action and be confident that you have chosen what is for you. Surrender your need to always be right. Surrender low self-esteem. Sunflowers could be significant as far as you having this in your environment and showing you to bringing in the energy to focus on the light or the clarity of the situation here. Then you have surrender comparisons with other people. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. And surrender to spirit. See that light? Mm-hmm. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, so that's the first thing you want to ask yourself before you ask another. Have you done everything you honestly can do to achieve a goal? And there are things that may come up that you may question how. When it comes to that question of how, you still want to go back into asking, what have you done? What have you done that you can do? So there's something about that how that you have access to. Okay. The question is, have you accessed it by doing something with it? Okay. So with this surrender message, it says here, at times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Especially with this surrender to spirit card, this looks, there goes that full moon energy too. It's like you're laying right here. So this could also have to do with spiritual baths as well. Some of you've been contemplating on doing so, saying that you want to do it and you're going to, but you haven't done it. So get your ass in have it off. Okay, 41:55 on the timer. Get your ass in have it off. Then you got this new beginning card on top of the secret admirer. A new adventure awaits. Dream passionately. A new adventure awaits. You see it there? Divine intervention. So now let's see what these tarot cards talk about. Let's see what the current situation is. Move on through this. Let's go. Let's move on through this here. More shuffle. Here we go. Current situation. 5 of Wands. Okay. So surrender to trust. Trust yourself, right? With this 5 of Wands coming out here. Each one is designed to do what they came here to do with their own free will. Okay? As you evolve, you may start to see, as it happened earlier, where people are going to want to push their opinions onto you. So I said, get real familiar with that block button. Because what you feel like you would want to say, that block button works wonders. Because there's nothing you have to experience there. See, the ego would influence you to react and say something back. The current situation right now is to observe. Remember, Mars is in Gemini. A lot of witty statements flowing around. I'm not even going to call it a response right now. So let me look at that. This Taurus energy. Because a lot of these statements are going to come from the energy where you can see someone still holding on to a burden or some level of pain. So decoding information is going to be opinionated in terms of being focused on just one path, or like you have all 7 chakras, but choosing only to activate one. You're going to be extremely out of balance now. Fate, you see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's see what's crossing this energy here. What is crossing this energy? Three of Cups. Mercury, the way you think and connect that or communicate that to the outside world. In the sign of Cancer, your feelings. Oh boy. Oh, booga booga. Let me go ahead and clarify this right now. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to clarify this right now. Okay. Top of the deck though, give me 2 cards. Ooh, see, this is at the top though. The fact that these 2 came out together is showing you the Empress and what type of conversations are possibly lurking to be had, as these 2 are Mercury cards that are also they're also given a leg up to end a particular cycle here. So let's see what we're talking about. Let's see what we got going on. Let me pull some of these cards first. Hold up. Clarify this message here for the collective of the collected. Eclectic. Okay, so you have your own way of doing things. Remain authentic and mind your business. That's all. 5 of Wands, 3 of Cups. What is this here for the collective? Free Spirit. Big Sagittarius energy. This is giving me the Judgment card vibes too, Scorpio Sag. And between those 2 is the galactic center of Ophiuchus. The art of detachment. Love is not attachment. Un momento. One moment. I'm going to what I noted down here. I was listening to something, and the statement was, we are living in the world of the end and not the end of the world. Living in the world of the end. That can mean a lot. But as far as that is coming through here at this moment. The end to anything that prevents the spirit from being free or you being free from aligning with your purpose. Now, this is where surrender to trust and seeing why it came out in reverse. Because people can have an opinion so strong that would make you think that what you're doing is wrong. So I'm telling you how to look at it from cause and effect. It'll help you to energetically shift that shit to the side, like, boom, get up out of here. It's like a swimmer. You know what I'm saying? Like you're able to push the water back. And then we have the future. Some of you may get triggered to not step into your spiritual abilities because of what somebody got to say about what you looked like and with this history and that history. Yeah, that's what that is. But really see where that statement would be in connection to the soul. Now the soul, where your heart is as light as a feather, is because your soul is intact. Like you wouldn't do anything to. If you have, you've gone through the process of forgiveness and, things like that. But if you're still holding on to that burden, you're going to be sent to a midst energy where your soul is put into, that soul will then be put into a space where there is no connection to the light. Now, there's something about the spirit and the soul that's coming through here. Give me a second. Because in the world of competition, there's too much of one purpose flowing around, which is creating a different type of balance that And I'm only pausing like this because what I have to say is like, you ascend back into your cosmic energy. You were already there once before and you came here, and now there's an exchange. There's always an exchange. There is no beginning, there is no end. So the soul is being removed from the spirit when it's not as light as a feather. Meaning it won't have the vehicle to transport itself through realms. And anything that sits for too long dies. Without access to a rebirth. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Free spirit and abundance. Okay, so this Three of Cups coming here as a challenge for this Five of Wands. Mercury, Cancer. So hold up, this is Leo, this is Leo, this is Cancer. This is like being stuck on an idea because of the lack of support. But that moment was ideal for you to free your spirit, free you from any attachments that you may have to the results when it comes to your purpose, when you should be more free flowing. And let me see here. What is this? Why is the Three of Cups here? Challenge. So those of you that are tuning in right now while the moon is in Cancer, you have a very strong primordial energy surrounding you or within you, others of you both. And then you have the Five of Pentacles that comes out, clarifying the Three of Cups. Again, and I'm getting that message once again, like, we are rooting for you, but not for you to hold on to the same burdens we carried. It's time for you to open up that treasure chest. So this is remembering, okay? Something about, see, when you release these burdens, it allows you to, again, decode where your treasures are. That X, Gebo, partnership, a gift. Let me get these rooms out. About where my life is gonna go and get stressed when I don't know the answer. Release not knowing. Enjoy that ride that you take when you go deep in thought. Because that's translating to me when you get stressed, you get homesick as far as your cosmic connection. Because it's not the way it is here at all. I'm not going to say all galaxies. I can only express what I feel from the ones that connect to unconditional love. But hey, what we got going on here? These two turn over. The sun and the moon. Shit. Knowing when it's your season. The sun and the moon. Yeah, this is speaking of protection, all right. Awakening higher life. Connection with the gods. Continuity, and nurturance of life force. This one. Al-Jiz, which speaks of protection. Big tree of life energy coming through here. The sun and the moon, though. It's masculine and feminine energy. That's that reflection happening. That could be 610, which would be Nine of Swords. Mars is in Gemini. Okay. 610. Mars in Gemini. Hatita, exploring is 2410. Head of family. Gatekeepers who return from exile. I'm telling you, it's something about that soul, that moment where I just paused like that. I was like, wait a minute now. It's like, okay. This is my Pisces energy coming through here with Scorpio and everything else, whatever. Listen, it seems like those, let's say, souls that are placed in a position to not have a rebirth, but the way things are moving here on this planet is like they're given a second chance. And they don't want to go back there again. So when you speak of learning a lesson, oh, this is a lesson of all lessons. Let me get my cards. Before I get into that metaphysical meaning of 2410. Oh man. What's this? What is going on? Look at that. Mercury is at the bottom of the deck. Have the conversation with yourself first. You're definitely connected to the Pharaoh here. The brain instructs the rest of the body and your thoughts. But the cards that came out, look at this one here. God. The red horse, which speaks of sent to take peace from the earth, people killing one another, given the great sword. Now, when you heard me say about that exchange, it's not that energy that comes back to do the same thing over again. They would never want to do that again. As far as the oppression that has been occurring on this planet for eons. Then we have, look at this here. Thoth is right here. Power, free will, yellow human. So this speaks of solar seal 12. You could be seeing 12-12 a lot. Or 11-22, 22-11. Yellow human. It's connected to the power of free will through the action of influence, through the essence of wisdom, connecting to the earth through the heart chakra, feeling the essence of the earth. This here, yellow human, you are the zone of the sage. You are the outbreath of the voice of this planet. You're one of the keepers of the wisdom of the Atlantean star elders. Peru and Machu Picchu could be significant. Or you have this real strong connection of like wherever you go, you're one to really have this focus on wherever you go, even if you didn't plan to go there, to remember something about yourself that has been dormant. It comes to you. It's like every trip you take awakens you. But when I say that, I mean it as far as like someone who was like focused on that. This is definitely a moment of truth. It says here, the most obvious truth is hidden deep within, and only you will ever know it. The birch. Growth, rebirth. You're strengthening your power here of secrecy. So that could also be your challenge here, especially with this Five of Pentacles coming out with the Three of Cups here being a challenge to the Five of Wands, which already in itself is a challenging card. The dots ain't connecting. Celebrating with those who don't celebrate you. Then we have lunar eclipse. This would be November. Yeah, the final lunar eclipse of this year would be full moon in Gemini on the 8th of November. Okay. So, lunar eclipse, you're being molded into a stronger connection to your power, the low and high vibrations, dark and light energy. And the final card was God. Let me get some more messages here. Why is the Three of Cups a challenge? The World card. Coming up after the Five of Pentacles here. Being in this world but not of it. And this is the old world. Stepping into wish fulfillment. At the top, what do we have here? Stepping into wish fulfillment by knowing the I am that I am. Whatever you say after that, it's abracadabra. Abracadabra. 21:44 on the time, 9:44. Let us continue with these messages because I'm going to see what's going on here now. Deception when it comes to a certain spiritual practice or belief. As it may not have been a spiritual practice, but more so a way to control. So some of you could be going through certain challenges with your family because of a religion and stepping into a free spirit. It's at the basis of this. That was the Emperor, but it went in and out. So definitely have to get more into who you are, not based on what someone tells you. So again, with surrender to trust. Your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to what you agreed to do before you entered here, as you embark on your journey to remember. And then we have the strategy at the basis of your reading. King of Swords, Aquarius energy, militant like vibes too. Inner knowing, inner wisdom. Could be born between March 14th and March 21st. Now, commanding authority. Commanding authority. Clarify why the King of Swords is pushing through commanding authority. Why is the King of Swords pushing through commanding authority? Ooh, the Chariot, my nose is itching. And the Two of Wands, Cancer energy, Mars, and Aries. So, wow. Commanding authority, to be mindful as to the way you command authority. Because if you like myself with the Mars and Aries, you got some hot blood in you, okay? Get it. And your guides and protectors that guide and protect you, or much stronger than what you got flowing through you here. But there's something about these patterns, ancestral patterns, at a crossroads with ancestral patterns due to mental manipulation. What is this? Then we got the Hermit here, Virgo energy. Becoming clear about your shadow, about your darkness, becoming clear about that, especially with the power of high and low vibrations that did come out with those cards there. And we got the sun and the moon popping through. Let's go into Haditha, which speaks of exploring. Haditha is defined by digging, exploring, searching, inscribing, circumscribing, bending of sin, binding of sin. Descendants were among the temple porters who returned from the captivity, a belief or activity that helps to guard our highest religious and spiritual thoughts. A porter in the temple was a doorkeeper. So some of you are awakening this gift of being a gatekeeper. Okay. I see. By thorough searching after new ideas of truth and impressing them in consciousness, exploring, digging, inscribing, the thought activity that Haditha signifies succeeds to a certain extent, at least, in binding and subduing much of that which is error in the individual. Look it up, baby. Angel meaning 1034. So, Aquarius, becoming the star. Your first card out, current situation, speaks of something not connecting here. Some of you are at a crossroads between a Cancerian energy and Aquarius energy. What you have to look at here has a lot to do with your core values. This type of crossroads between a Cancerian and an Aquarius, Cancer says, I feel, Aquarius says, I know. This type of crossroads could be, again, as we're approaching Libra season, where a lot of the confrontations you may have in partnerships are really getting you to see and build up the backbone, the Aries energy, polar opposite to Libra, of the I am. So, this gives me the vibes of a back and forth conversation because of the lack of knowing self, the avoidance rather of knowing self, especially when it comes to being triggered and responding to that trigger rather than reacting to it. Keep showing up in your life this way too. Some of you get really irritated when you're having a conversation with someone and their every reaction is, I know, I know, I know. To the point you may feel like they're not even listening to you. Like that's what it may come down to, that you realize they're not even listening to you. This could be someone feeling this way about you. And if this is you, the way someone feels about you, figure out why you constantly say, I know. What is it that it's okay? This is going to, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So that with this energy of constantly saying, I know, I know, I know, the teacher has no reason to appear. I'm not even talking about the teacher appearing and when the student is beyond ready, the teacher disappears. No, obviously. This is way before that. And the way the universe comes into play, it'll get to a point where you physically can't take something no more. Like you just can't take this shit no more, and then you have to change whatever it is you're doing or the way you're going about it. So now, here's a quick little tip. Mars is in Aries. Whoa, Mars is in Gemini. That is Mars in Aries right here. So this could help you with that crossroads energy. Mars is in Gemini. You know that this can make conversations snappy. You know that this is the energy of it. You knowing this, and you can be in this position where you may not be talking to somebody directly about the signs, right? But you're having a conversation of this nature where you're like, yo, just chill. Now, this is a great moment for you to observe what energies you have of that nature around you and what you're going to do with it moving forward. Okay? Because you don't want to have this vibe with you where it blocks you from your abundance. Not so much block, it delays you from connecting to your abundance. Because you would have to be at a certain level with your heart or connection to your heart to be able to connect to this abundance. It's like if you know, then do what you know. Because this sounds also like a conversation where someone is saying, I know, but you still see them doing the complete opposite. Pay attention to that. Surrender the idea that you can fix someone. Because it will only hold you back. You know? Because when the moment comes for the wheel to spin into that position where they have to learn the lesson, and if you're still there, you're going to learn that lesson with them. And this could be something you've already learned. But because you already learned it, the magnitude of learning that lesson is going to be at a much higher level for you. So this is where you see where love is not attachment. You shouldn't be hurting yourself in situations of love. See what I'm saying? So that was a deep conversation there. Look at that. 4 of Cups and 2 of Cups. Moon in Cancer, Venus in Cancer. And you got the other Three of Cups sitting there. This is a whole Cancerian energy. So this moon in Cancer is speaking because you do have at the bottom of the deck here for the moon cards, a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Look at this. So win-win outcome is forecast. We was just talking about the full moon in Libra. There you go, popping through. And nothing will come of this situation. However, win-win outcome is forecast once you realize that nothing will come of the situation. So whenever there's a void of course moon, the moon is wandering. It's in the space in between two signs or two energies, like the Two of Wands, having to make a decision or having to connect to something. What's in the immediate past here? Ten of Swords. Betrayal. The completion of betrayal. Now, you can only be betrayed by someone who you had a deep connection to. Someone you don't know they can't betray you. You didn't grant them the access to your vulnerability. This is someone you granted the access to. This could be someone you live with or used to live with. Or this could be coming up as far as Mercury retrograde. Just don't let this affect whatever you have going on right now. You know, let's see what's crowning this reading. It fell right up. Nine of Cups, a wish fulfillment. Jupiter in Pisces. We have Jupiter retrograde in the sign of Aries, going back into the sign of Pisces on the 28th of October. That is Scorpio season. 1028 is connected to Mars in Scorpio, which is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups speaks of sorrow, pains, and regret. So this is looking at the Three of Cups that has spilt over. That you know, there's nothing you can do about that. It's in the sand. It has dissolved. This is something that has already dissolved into the sand, but you're looking at something that's no longer there. It has already gone under the sand, and you're looking at something that is no longer there. Because in that Five of Cups, on the other side, you have the Two of Cups, which is Venus in Cancer. But this is the exchange or reflection between the masculine and feminine and the healing of it. The Caduceus symbol within the Two of Cups card connected to the Leo energy, the lion head, which also speaks of Regulus, leading from the heart. Looking back at the past that has hurt you. Heart is love. What's this Nine of Cups energy here? This fell right up. Y'all see this shit? It's the Five of Cups. Telling you, let it go. Let it go. There's something from the past you're holding on to that's causing unnecessary obstacles. However, for some of you, this has to come around so you can realize where you're investing your energy and you're wasting it. Mm-hmm. Ten of Pentacles, which speaks of support. With the Five of Pentacles coming out here for this Three of Cups. See the Three of Cups that spilled over? Okay. And you got your ancestors with these swallow birds. When they show up, this is literally someone who has crossed over that's guiding you. Telling you to let it go. All you got to do is get up. Recognize these two cups here. Yo. Let me see. Let it go. The universe is going to come in and do it. I don't think you want to wait that long either. Nine of Pentacles. Definitely speaking of independence here. Let it go. And this is also why you have that surrender to trust energy in reverse, because falconry has a lot to do with trust, letting it go and trusting that it's going to come back to you if it's supposed to be with you, to come back to you. And that card, speaking of, give each other some space. See what's after the Tower though. Seven of Cups. Let me give one more card here. King of Cups. Whoa, this could be a water sign male here with a lot of options. And you're not an option. This ain't no stocks. It's the only time you should be if you're gonna be working with options is stocks. Not you. Look at this. They're literally, some of you, this Five of Cups got to do with an Aquarius who's a mental manipulator, because this is at the base of your spread here. Others, look at this, High Priestess and the Knight of Cups. So both of these coming in here with intuitive, highly intuitive energies here. Yeah, that crescent moon is something else. Let me see. Where we at? September. Oh, okay. It is a one crescent moon. I said this earlier, but totally didn't recall. And the moon tomorrow goes into Leo. Well, there's that. Huh. Full moon in Cancer, the end to a tough cycle approaches, a personal issue reaches resolution. What you now value because of what has ended, or what felt like an ending, what you now value because of an ending. This is how the personal issue is coming to a resolution. What was it? Yeah. Am I supposed to change? Are you supposed to change? I just heard that. We need a resolution. Well, Eight of Wands, there comes that communication. You want a resolution. It's right on its way. And fast. What's in the immediate future here? If you can only be betrayed by someone, you have opened up the gates to your vulnerability. Some of y'all may have to do some reassessment as to where you put that. It ain't that these people aren't even open to your vulnerability unless you allow them to be. Page of Cups. Telling you, it's coming. This is what we concluded the last message with, the Page of Cups here. And the Page of Wands. That's funny because I was definitely about to mention. You saw how when this Page of Wands came out, somebody wanted to mention something that they can mention if they have their own channel. Go ahead and do that on your channel. Now, listen. If you just pay attention to what you're being made aware of, or you gonna come up with nothing but resolutions. And this self-undoing process is going to be smooth. However, let us take a look at this Page of Cups. It's 1008, which is Saturn and Libra. Three of Swords. What's the Page of Cups? Soulmate. High level of commitment here. Marriage. Let's get some more now. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, I love where this is going, especially with what's happening regardless. Okay. Let's put it this way. If we're looking at 5 points of the star, for you to get to 4 to 5, 3 to 4, because 5 is definitely going to be your wish fulfillment. But for you to get to 3 to 4, you have to release that 5 of Cups, the sorrow, pains, and regrets that you may still be carrying even subconsciously of past situations. Some of you are actually rebuilding your connection with family members, because this is Mercury. So this could have something to do with siblings or cousins or anybody that you consider of that nature. Because everybody like to use the word sis and bro everywhere. So listen. I know I got one sister and one brother. Look, 3 of Swords right here. If y'all just pay attention to what's happening, notice. Okay, let's keep going. 4 of Wands, Venus and Aries, core values about who you are. And that's the next offer that is coming in. That is the communication that is coming in. Now,